Hello everyone, Julie here with a very adorable story by Eric Carle. Actually, the story is by Arnold Sungard and the illustrations are by Eric Carle. So sometimes the artist, like Eric Carle, writes the stories as well as illustrates them, and he has illustrated, I believe, over 78 books. But sometimes somebody else writes the story and he just helps them out and does the drawings. And that's what he did in this story called The Lamb and the Butterfly. It's a very cute story. I love it. And Eric Carle makes these beautiful papers and then he cuts them into the designs that he likes to use. The Lamb and the Butterfly. Just want to make sure you can see it well. I believe you can. A lamb and a butterfly met one day in the middle of a meadow. The lamb asked the butterfly, "Where is your mother?" The butterfly answered, "Well, I haven't the slightest idea. My mother flies one way while I fly the other." There's the butterfly. With a zig and a zag and a ziggity zag, the butterfly fluttered away and landed on a dandelion. The lamb kicked up her heels and ran after him. "Where's your home?" the lamb asked the butterfly. "The world is my home," answered the butterfly. "I am free to fly anywhere." And with a zig and a zag and a ziggity zag, the butterfly fluttered away and landed on a bristle thistle. The lamb kicked up her heels and ran after him. "But where do you sleep?" the lamb asked the butterfly. "I sleep where I please," said the butterfly to the lamb. "Wherever I am, well, that's where I sleep." And with a zig and a zag and a ziggity zag, the butterfly fluttered away and landed on a poppy. The lamb kicked up her heels and ran after him. "Why do you flutter so?" the lamb asked the butterfly. "Well, why shouldn't I flutter?" said the butterfly in reply. "Well, lambs don't flutter," said the lamb to the butterfly. "We walk a straight line. One follows the other." "But I don't follow anyone," said the butterfly to the lamb. "I go wherever I choose, and now I choose to leave this meadow." And with a zig and a zag and a ziggity zag, the butterfly left the meadow and landed on a sunflower. The lamb ran after him. Come back," she cried. "I want to ask you a question." "Well, what is your question?" said the butterfly. "Please don't leave me," the lamb implored the butterfly. "Well, that's not a question," said the butterfly to the lamb. "Put it in the form of a question." And the lamb said, "Why don't you stay with me? My mother will take care of you." What a nice lamb. And with a zig and a zag and a ziggity zag, the butterfly flew into the sky. "Well, I don't need anyone to take care of me," said the butterfly to the lamb. "I'm on my way," he said. "Goodbye, goodbye." Well, at that very moment, a fierce black cloud darkened the sky and rain began to fall. An angry gust of wind caught the butterfly's wings, and he was swept out of sight. Then the lamb and her mother, bleating, that's what lambs do, they bleat, 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 whenever they make a noise, and she hurried to her side. "What were you doing at the far end of the meadow?" the mother asked her baby lamb. "Well, I followed a butterfly," said the lamb to her mother. "And now he is lost in the storm. Poor butterfly." Well, the mother said, "But that's what happens when you go fluttering this way and that." "But now I will never see him again," said the lamb to her mother. "He's gone forever." And then the mother asked, "Well, what is that on your back?" "What is what on my back?" said the lamb to her mother. "Isn't that a butterfly?" said the mother to the lamb, the baby one. She was right, sure enough. There on the back of the lamb was the butterfly himself. His wings were wet and bedraggled. He looked as though he would never fly again. "Now will you stay?" said the lamb to the butterfly. The little butterfly, "Let me think about it." As he dried out his wings, look at his wings are all scraggly and wet. By now the sun had come out. Slowly the butterfly tried to flutter. With a zig and a zag and a ziggity zag and a ziggity ziggity zag, he managed to reach a honeysuckle vine. In one of its blossoms he found a pool of nectar, and he sipped and he sipped and he sipped until he felt strong again. Well, what have you decided, said the lamb to the butterfly. I'd like to stay, said the butterfly to the lamb. But I really must be on my way. I'm heading south, you know. But why go south, cried the lamb. Because I don't have a woolly coat like yours to keep me warm. If I stayed here, I'd freeze. Well, if that's so, said the lamb to the butterfly, I won't try and stop you. Please don't think me ungrateful, said the butterfly to the lamb, and spreading his wings at the splendid act of flight, he zigged and he zagged and he ziggity-zagged, and soon he was lost from sight. Well, this time the lamb did not kick up her heels and run after him. She walked instead to her mother's side and never asked a butterfly to join a flock of sheep again. The end. Well, they certainly had a wonderful relationship. A friend for a little bit, kind of unlikely friends that shared some time. So today we're going to make a really beautiful picture with the butterfly. And for those of you that got an art pack, maybe a bag or something that said art, you have a lot of different things in here. You're going to pull out, you're going to need a pipe cleaner, and you're going to need your butterflies. And if you don't have a pack, that's perfectly fine. All you need to do is pause the video for a moment and cut out a couple of butterfly shapes out of maybe a little bit of a thicker paper. And if you don't have a thicker paper, that's fine too. I used a thicker paper so I could fold it. And what you're going to do, you can take your butterflies and you're going to need some markers. And if you have oil pastels are really fun. So markers, oil pastels. If you don't have oil pastels and you want to use crayons, you can use crayons. And if you want to just use markers, you can do that too. So I'm going to need the markers, the oil pastels, my pipe cleaner. I'm going to have to cut the pipe cleaner in two. So have your mom do that or your dad. Cut it in two for you. And then I'm going to need a stapler. If you have a stapler, if you don't have a stapler and you want to glue your butterfly, you can do that. So I'll need a stapler. And I'll start by coloring my butterfly. When you use more than one art medium, it's called mixed media. Now on the butterflies that I gave you, it has a shiny side and a not shiny side. You want to start out with the not shiny side. And figure out what color you might like the center of your butterfly to be. Any color you want. I'm just going to kind of go like this. I'm going to color it all yellow in the center. How's everybody doing today? It is a beautiful sunny day. And then I'm going to take maybe some orange. And maybe I'll just, you can do any design you want. Now butterflies are symmetrical. What does that mean, symmetrical? Well, symmetrical means the same on both sides. You don't have to make yours symmetrical if you don't want to. But if you do, that's what it's called, symmetrical. Okay, I'm going to keep coloring. Oh, I bet some of you would like pink. Pink is a fun color. Color, color, color. I'm having fun coloring with you today. What should we talk about? We could talk about bunnies. I have some bunnies in my yard. They're very cute. Very cute bunnies. Lots of bunnies out. And you say, why are there bunnies out this time of year? Because it's springtime, and that's when the mommy bunnies go into their nests and have their babies. And it's a beautiful sunny day today. I'm very happy about that. I love the sunshine. It does us all a lot of good to get some sunshine. Just like the butterfly needed to heal her and warm up her wings and dry her up and make her feel better. And then she got some nectar from the flower. and that's what feeds her. So she was strong. What feeds you and makes you strong? Do you like to have, is there any fruit that you like to eat? I know every morning I like to have, I have a bowl of fruit. I have my banana and orange and cantaloupe, a little bit of yogurt and some cinnamon. That is what I love to have for breakfast. All right, I'm gonna put some, maybe I'll put a little ziggy-zaggy here. And the sunshine helps heal us, and nature, and maybe a few smooches from animals. You gotta have animals. Love, love, love animals. I have, what do you have at home for animals? At home, I have my kitty that I love to pieces. Had her for a long time. She's 16 and a half. And I have my chinchilla. And I have 3 birdies. All right, maybe I'm going to do something fun. Do some polka dots. Okay, maybe I'll do that. Oopsie, that marker has a mind of its own, doesn't it? It just said, I'm going to flop over like that. And it did. Didn't listen to a word I said. It just flopped on over. Okay, maybe I'll put some dots in here. Dot, 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 dot. What do you think? Okay. And I was thinking that when we fold it a little bit, because we're going to fold it, if you want to color part of the back, you can, because you might see it. So maybe I'll color a little bit of it. Which color do I like the best on there? Actually, I'm a huge fan of the orange today. So I think I'm just going to do some orange on the back. Just in case the wings lift up and you see them, you won't just see white, you'll see a color. So get some of the orange on there. If you want to do a fancy design on the back, you can do that too. I'm not going to really see the center part, so I'm not going to worry about that so much. You can use nice long strokes if you'd like. Alrighty. Okay, now it's time for my pipe cleaner, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to twirl it around. And these can be a little tricky. If they can't stick too well, you're going to have to ask your mom or your dad. I might use a needle tool and just do a little pokey. I wouldn't want you to do a pokey, but they could help you find something to poke. You could use a pencil and poke, or you could just staple these on them too. Put it through, make it stay. Do a little twirly on this one. Put it through. And go like that. Okay, now it's time for your blue piece of paper. And this is a little bit thicker paper, poster board. So if you have thicker paper at home, you can do the thicker paper. If you got your art pack, pull out your blue paper. And if you don't want to use this and you want to just do white paper, you can do that too. So this is the time when we're going to use our oil pastels or our crayons. And if you don't have either of those and you want to just use markers, you can do that too. So where do you want your butterfly fluttering? Now, I've already colored my other butterfly, so you can color you can pause the video and color your other butterfly too if you want. I have my 2 butterflies, so I think I'm going to have them like that. So I'm going to have some flowers, because you know they might need their nectar. They might need some of that pollen to make them nice and strong. Okay. We're going to be doing a couple different garden pictures throughout the spring. And everybody has beautiful flowers out there now in their gardens that they're planting. What's the first one that comes out? We know that you can plant, well, I see a lot of daffodils blooming, the forsythias, and tulips will be up very soon. Here's my tulip. Pansies are out now. Lots of pansies. Pansies have fun little faces to them. A lot of people putting them in their window box because they can handle the cold. So you can plant a pansy now and it can be able to survive in the cold weather. As a matter of fact, the pansies like the weather much better now. They don't like it when it's really hot in the summer. They're like, it's too hot for me. So they will last and do very well now. Alrighty. What color should I make that one? What color did you say? Who said pink? Somebody said pink? Okay, pink it is. Here's the pink one. So I just did some tulips, but you can make any kind of flower that you want. And, oh, I was thinking clouds. Maybe a few clouds in the sky if you want. And then it's time to put your butterflies down. How do you want your butterflies? And this is a time where if you have a stapler, you can use your stapler. If you don't have a stapler and you want to just glue them, you can do that. I would maybe recommend just doing it in the middle so you can have the wing come up like that. Give it more of a little three-dimensional flying feel to it. It's up to you. Here we go. There's my butterfly fluttering, fluttering. And maybe you want to draw the lamb too. That would be really pretty, wouldn't it? Alrighty. I can't wait to see what you make. Love you. Send me pictures of your drawings. Have a great day.